Hey guys, so I'm just packing right now for myself and my toddler. We're just leaving tomorrow for a week to go to Tofino, which is on the west coast of Vancouver Island. So it is April, so we're expecting really anything as far as weather goes. The weather in Tofino is always a little bit iffy, but especially right now we're at the tail end of storm season, so we're really just preparing for anything. Rain, wind, fog, hopefully at least a little bit of sunshine. And we plan to spend the majority of our trip outside, so we really just want to make sure that we bring the right gear and clothes just to make that as enjoyable as possible. So I thought this might be helpful for some people to see what we bring. So when you're dealing with unpredictable weather, you really want to focus on the 3-layer rule, which is a moisture wicking base layer, a nice insulating mid layer, and a weatherproof outer layer. So I'll show you some examples of what I'm packing for that for my toddler first. So when it comes to the base layer, merino wool is really the best material on the market. There's also synthetic options because merino wool obviously tends to be a bit expensive. Although you can also just buy it used. Our last set of this I actually managed to find on Marketplace for only $30, but we did splurge on some brand new ones this season, and I'm talking about Wee Woolies, which is a children's line of 100% pure merino wool base layers. These things are awesome. We've already went through the size 2T. We wore those to death. We've now splurged on the 3T. These are great. They're also locally made on Vancouver Island. This is actually the only thing here, I think, that I actually bought brand new, but we have 2 sets because we just love them so much. Those, of course, come with the pants as well. So for the older kids, it's a 2-piece set. I believe the baby sets are more of a onesie, but to be honest, I don't know if I would splurge that much on a baby because they just grow out of it so fast. But the toddler ones, the 2T, actually lasted us almost 2 years. So when it comes to the mid layer, I find myself usually going for either fleece or wool. I'm trying to get away from synthetic materials, but it's quite expensive to just have everything in wool. So as far as fleece, I'm still using these fleece pants. I remember I showed these in the Alaska video. These have fit us for so long. This is a great mid layer. They're 24 months. We've been wearing them for almost 2 years as well. And then as far as the top, you could use either just a fleece vest if it's not that cold, or a full fleece zip up. Or as far as wool, I actually got into knitting over the last year, so I made 2 sweaters for my son so far, and this one I've used so much. It's the best mid layer. It's so warm. This is more of a mid-weight yarn, so this one's great for when it does work when it's quite cold, but if it's absolutely freezing, I made this one in a very thick yarn. This one's so warm. So these all, I think between these I have quite a variety of mid layers for the trip. So this has also been one of our most used outdoor items ever. It's a fleece line Muddy Buddy. This one is Joe Fresh brand. It's a Canadian brand. I believe Jan and Jewel also has one. Theirs is probably like double or even triple the price. I think I got this for like maybe 20 bucks. And we've used it so much. It's so easy. Just throw this on over a base layer and you've got built-in mid and outer layers. So I would highly recommend finding something like this if you can. To be honest, we don't even really ever use just regular Muddy Buddies because I kind of prefer to have him in separate pants and a jacket, but we do use this one a ton. So as far as outer layer, I actually thrifted all these things. Well, my mom actually found this rain jacket at a garage sale for 50 cents. It is Mountain Warehouse brand. We've worn this so many times in the pouring rain. It's never once soaked through. So this has been our go-to rain jacket for like a year now. I also got these mech rain pants. I usually pair those 2 things together. These are really great for layering. And then I will be bringing just his full-on winter jacket for those cold days. So this is just Columbia brand. It's like a synthetic down. It's reversible, and this is super warm. So this will be his main jacket for cold days. And then as far as accessories, I might just throw in some lightweight gloves. Oh, and I also made him this toque, so I'll just bring this little toque as well. Okay, so as far as shoes, we're going for 3 main pairs. I always like to have 2 pairs of boots just in case one gets soaked, then you have a backup. Although, that being said, these ones are just made out of like a croc material, so if they do get soaking wet, they don't really need much time to dry. Those are actually just from Walmart and a little more insulated. I believe these are also just like Walmart. I thrifted them, but these are more of like a neoprene. They're a little bit more insulated. They're actually almost like a bog knockoff. So we actually did have bogs. I didn't really like them that much because I found they were really low, so he almost always went deeper than them in the water anyway. And then I think these are my favorite shoes he has ever had. I was lucky enough to stumble upon these at Once Upon a Child. They're the Keen's water shoes. We had these last summer. They actually do still fit, but I don't think they're gonna last the entire summer. So I'm definitely keeping my eyes out for the next size up of these. And I know I also mentioned these in my other video, but these are just the Blue Sky brand kids merino wool socks. I've put so many people onto these things. They're only $5. I believe they're a Canadian brand as well, and these have always been our go-to socks. So that's about it as far as outdoor clothing goes. If I think of anything else, I'll add it. I do have these two adorable sweaters. They're just cotton, but I'm going to be bringing these for the more inside days. Like, for example, we're going to the aquarium one of the days. But yeah. And then as far as gear, we're going to be bringing like his push bike or whatever you call it, balance bike and helmet because we're right on the bike trail. Just our regular Osprey hiking backpack. We have a few hikes planned. What else? We'll probably bring his life jacket just in case they don't have a proper size for him. Another thing I just wanted to mention was I got him this new Duplo set. He's been obsessed with Duplo lately and obviously loves construction cars. So I think this will really help to just keep him busy when we're like trying to unload in the Airbnb, trying to cook, and even just the week while we're there. It's just an exciting new toy to keep him busy in the times that we are home. I think he'll love this. Hey guys, sorry for the mess. So for my stuff, I'm just gonna kind of lay it out on the bed. As I'm looking at my stuff right now, it's kind of embarrassing how much of this is from Costco, but let's just jump right in. So kind of going by the same like layering principles. Unfortunately, I'm not working with my whole wardrobe right now just due to being pregnant, so not all my clothes fit. But for a base layer, I did order this just from Amazon, merino leggings. The brand's called Danish Endurance. It was just kind of one of the cheaper ones that Amazon had, and I just wanted to order a larger size than normal so it would work for a decent amount of my pregnancy. Then I have these pants. These are from Costco. I got them last winter. They're really nice, fleece lined, not waterproof, but water resistant. I have those in 2 colors. I wear those so much. So definitely going to be bringing those. I just have a variety of merino socks here for a variety of brands. So these Costco base layers are the best thing ever. If you know, you know. They're 100% merino. They're only about, I think, $22.99. And for 100% merino, that's an amazing deal. There's no other brand anywhere near that. I bought a whole bunch of them. The shirt I'm wearing right now is actually one too. To be honest, I've worn one almost every single day since I bought these in December. And they still look brand new. You wash them completely normally. You just toss them in the wash as regular. You don't do anything special. And then I mentioned before that I'm on a bit of a natural fibers kick over the last 6 months, but there is 2 other fleeces that I do regularly wear. Just this Columbia kind of lighter weight fleece I definitely wear all the time as a mid layer. And then I think I've mentioned this before, but this brand is called Wild Lore. And this is kind of a breastfeeding friendly, I don't really breastfeed my son during the day anymore, but breastfeeding friendly, and also once you get a larger bump you can unzip this. So they call it like 3 phases fleece or something like that. It's a really nice thick fleece. I've worn that a ton. It is a bit pricey, but I've gotten so much use out of it with just my first child, so I hope to get a lot of use out of it. And then I do have this fleece sweater that I made that I don't really wear that often, but I figure it definitely has kind of Tofino vibes. If I'm not going to wear it in Tofino, when am I ever going to wear it? And then outer layers are definitely a little tricky right now just because my jackets already don't zip up, but this Patagonia vest has definitely been one of my staples for literally 10 years now. I'm going to bring it even though I can't fully zip it up. This is one of my husband's rain jackets that I'm going to have to borrow, so I at least have something that I can zip up. And the jacket that just slid off the bed is just the really cheap, I think it's like $50 packable down jacket from Costco. I picked this up a few years ago, and it's just kind of my, when I need just a jacket for something like traveling, I usually end up bringing this one instead of a nicer one. So yeah, obviously I'm not going to show you everything I'm bringing. This is just kind of the more tech gear. And then as far as shoes, I'm just going to do my day-to-day Blundstones, a pair of actual hiking boots for the muddier trails, and then I'm going to figure out some sort of water shoes as well.